Tap in, collective, tap in. Listen, I know when they say when the family feud, nobody wins. But let me tell you something. When it comes to spiritual warfare, the one that's going to win is the chosen and the collective because sometimes your family can be your biggest enemy here. And I'm getting the energy that there's a lot of like nasty, negative, terrible attitude towards people in your family that you helped materialistically tap in. I feel like there is a blow up or there's an underlying current of animosity because you, against your better judgment, went out to help somebody or multiple people in your family to not be put out on the street, maybe pay a medical bill, maybe pay a car note or daycare. You came out of pocket for something big, and instead of coming from a mindset of thank you so much for helping me, this family member or family members turned around and persecuted you as if you were an enemy of the state. Tap in. And this, the way I'm feeling this energy is like you are fed up, collective. You are over it because there have been so many times where you went against your better judgment to help people in your family, and these people still turned around and spit on you and try to defame your name and try and spread rumors about you and really try to take you out. And there's one thing when you got strangers or ex friends trying to uh, destroy you or talk trash about you. It's another thing when it's your blood. And I wish that we could stop pretending like it's just so easy to heal from that. It takes years. Sometimes it takes people decades to heal from the betrayal of their family. Tap in. And I want to talk about it because this situation I downloaded is so diabolical and disgusting that it needs to be talked about at a higher level. And one thing about giving money to family is that helping somebody material wise, like material support to family, serves as a litmus test to like family systems and dynamics. And a litmus test is simply about authenticity. What is real and what is fake? And it's a quick way to determine it. And as a lot of the collective found out with this situation or knowing that the situation is coming, tap in because oftentimes the collective can feel the brewing happening. You can feel the earthquake about to rise to the top. So a lot of the collective is feeling it. And what I'm downloading is that this litmus test in the family is the breaking point. There's no coming back from that. So let's really talk about how this family dynamic, the money that you have given out, the love that you have doled out, you turned the other cheek, has prepped you for disconnecting and detaching from these horrible people that so happen to be born in the same bloodline as you. You starting out with the high priestess. So I feel like you gave money or somebody came to you that is like considered a matriarch of the family. So this could be your mother, this could be a godmother, an auntie, an older cousin, someone who has been living on this planet older than you, longer than you, excuse me, maybe older than you, or maybe someone that not necessarily older but is the same age range as you, came to you cloaked in divine femininity to not so much even ask you for the money, but prep you to be asked for the money. Tap in. We got the five of wands. Yup. It's all I'm seeing the fight happen like right before my third eye. I'm already knowing that this is a hostile situation. The fact that the five of wands showed up let me know that a lot of y'all are in the midst of a battle just like this, spiritual warfare just like this right now. Tap in. Tap in. And a lot of y'all wouldn't even be in this battle had you not opened up your mouth and asked for your money back. Why'd you ask for your money back? Because you see this family member that you gave money to doing everything but paying you back. Tap in. And you are well within your rights to ask where my money at. Tap in. Tap in. So I feel like you was already being primed and prepped to be asked for this money through somebody who is considered a matriarch or a matriarchal figure in your family. And this money is like a big deal. Somebody in your family that needed this money is very irresponsible. They are somebody who likes to showboat more than take care of business. Come on now, you sneaky bitch. Boom, right there. Knight of Pentacles, yup, with the King of Pentacles. So this is somebody who is irresponsible with their money. They feel like they have to showboat all the time. So instead of handling business, instead of paying the bills and staying in the house, this person who came, who needed your money, who needed your financial help, overspent trying to go probably to I feel like a birthday party came up, or like for some reason New Year's Eve party, but I feel like it's more like a big celebration. They decided to put on a big celebration or attend a big celebration instead of handling their financial business. Tap in. We got the Ace of Swords on the bottom, splitting the deck. And we got two hidden energies at the end of the deck. The Sun in the World. But check it out. The reason why this is a big deal is because the level of manipulation, to think that everything is all good, to think that these people are on your side when all they were doing was manipulating you. The fact that the sun is covered up it shows that things cannot be seen in its natural light. That's why this is a litmus test for you. And I feel like there's a lot of manipulation. You were manipulated into this situation long before you even recognized this was about to go down. So the matriarch that came to you and asked you or prepped you to be asked, you were being prepped before that through different family members. So maybe you heard from a cousin that somebody needed help, or that somebody was prepping for a party and wanted to see if you were going to go. And maybe you said yes, no, I don't know. It just I feel like there's just so much prep, so much manipulation before the situation happened. And the fact that underneath, when I was pulling, when I split the deck and these two were hiding, lets me know there was a very deep emotional and psychological manipulation that was coming towards you collective in this situation. I don't like this at all. So yeah, somebody decided to take the money that they already had. Look, shadow, and what's hiding beneath the shadows? The Fool. They really, okay. So I actually, now that this is coming out, collective is downloading to me that these people saw you as someone who was someone who genuinely wanted to help people, and they know this. It's not a battle to come to you for assistance. You see what I'm saying? It's never a battle. You don't look down on people. And because you don't shame people in their situations, because you never wanted to be shamed, they felt like that was a positive for them, but a negative for you. Tap into that. Ooh-wee. So these people lurked in the shadows, and who's behind this in the shadows? The Queen of Wands. So you got a matriarch in the family and a troublemaker in the family as well. This may be another auntie. I actually feel like this is grandmother energy. Somebody that is like way older, like someone who's way towards the end of life than everybody else in the family. So this could be a mother-granddaughter duo. This could be two older sisters that came to manipulate you, but I do not like this energy whatsoever. They are hiding so much, and I'm looking at the world right now. The world's coming out, and right before the sun lets me know that they see this. They know that this is these people know that this is going to change the dynamic of your relationship. Shadow at the bottom with the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, they see you as somebody who is stable, who is resilient. But like I said, they know, and they don't mind taking from you. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to the collective. Tap in. Not only do they not mind taking from you, but they don't mind seeing you burn down in this tower. Little do they know they're burning themselves down, because this Seven of Cups is really a precursor to what's really about to happen with you and how you're about to blow up this whole scheme. I also feel like seeing the world being clarified. I mean, seeing the world, yes, right. Seeing the world being clarified by the Tower lets me know that they see this as something blowing over. They see this as something that you're not going to stick around for, so they don't mind burning the whole thing down. What they don't know about you, collective, is that you stand 10 toes down on business. Why? I feel like because you gave more than what you really had, because the way that they framed this financial situation was like in dire straits. You not thinking that you got a matriarch duo coming to you weeks or perhaps even months beforehand. You got a cousin, a brother, a sister, an uncle, an auntie, somebody, multiple people coming to you saying, oh, well, this is happening, that is. I literally set you up for the play, tap in, and nobody else tried to kick in. They came to you for the whole $1,000. They came to you for the whole $500. They came to you to ask you to pay insurance on a BMW for somebody that ain't pay their bills. Tap in. They came to you to pay for daycare, and you really could not or should not have sacrificed as much as you did, but because of the situation at hand, you felt that it would be in the best interest of that person in the family to pay that debt. Tap in. Woo-wee. So this Seven of Cups is really a precursor to the fact that all of them could have chipped in to do this, but none of them wanted to come out of their own pockets to assist a family member, and they saw you as the fool. They saw you as somebody who was easy to get over. Why? Because you are a spiritual, loving, understanding person, collective. Tap in. And these demons that usher in this type of spiritual warfare know that about you. Oh my goodness. Ooh-wee. I don't like this type of trash. I really, really don't. What else is coming out here? What's being hidden? The Ten of Cups in reverse, along with the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you over here trying to figure out what's going on, and they over here pretending they don't see you asking these questions. Oh, tap in. Because see, what they don't understand, collective, is that they got you fucked up. See, that's what they over here trying to figure out. They trying to figure out, okay, it's something different about the chosen one. It's something different about the collective, something different about divine feminine, divine masculine. This time around, they're not playing no games. I see they know that they got you fucked up this time around. It's almost like this sense of entitlement. It's almost like a sense of entitlement that they have over what you worked hard for. Tap in. That mindset in and of itself is spiritual warfare, but it becomes a bigger problem within the family dynamic. And that's why they got you fucked up, because they believe that you were just going to go to bed, go to sleep, forget all about it. They were going to run circles around you and carry on with life, and then smile in your face, play in your face, and act like ain't nothing happened. Meanwhile, your bank account is down $1,000. $1,000 is coming to my whole here gave their family member $1,000. I even feel like some of y'all even gave more than that. I'm seeing the number 1,500. I'm seeing somebody gave their family upwards to $10,000. Tap in. I'm talking about within the last year. $10,000. Tap in. What's also being hidden? The star cards being hidden. They know. I feel like because this was such a large amount that they asked you, they know that they have burned their last cable on the bridge. Oh my goodness. This Three of Pentacles, where they are arguing with the Ten of Cups in reverse, they know that they are, listen, these people are in a spiritual deficit. Their spiritual debt to the Most High is actually, it should go on their credit report. Tap in. It should go on their credit report. Divine justice. Divine justice is at hand. I don't even like this energy. It is so wicked. It is so wicked how your family is playing in your face like they didn't use you. Like they didn't use you. And got the nerve to turn around and look at you like you're the crazy one. Let me tell you something about this type of situation. See, because when you give to people that have a scarcity mindset, that's what your family member in this spiritual warfare algorithm that you were born into. Okay. See, what they don't understand is that even though they're not admitting it, they live in a scarcity mindset. They live in a scarcity mindset matrix where you have broken the chains and you have gone into an abundance mindset. Everything, how you operate is from abundance. Whether you have a little, whether you have a lot, everything that you do is coming from a place of God abundance. God has blessed me. God has done this for me. I know things may be hard right now, but I'm able to do this. I'm able to feed myself, feed my family, do it. Like you're able to show gratitude to God. And these people are always on some woe is me type of ish. Tap in. And I know, collective, that you have all these conversations with your family members like, well, you don't have to, like, why do you think like that? You know, I already know you've had these conversations. Why do you think like that? Why do you do this? Why? Like, you're asking the question. You're over here like, what? Why? Why? I already know you have, collective, and these people dance around. Their attitudes are just so, like, the way that my shoulders are tensing up from their nasty attitudes because they don't want to admit that they have shame for having a scarcity mindset. And so when you give them that money, look, scarcity, 8 of cups, look, they ain't got it. All they got to do is look behind them. They have abundance behind them, but because they are so selfish in their attitudes, they're so selfish in their mindset, they won't even turn around and it's only a few steps away to get the solution that you need. But because they are shameful and really in their scarcity mindset, that shame around receiving help manifests as resentment toward you. And that's the nasty attitude that you are getting. They call on you when they need you, but they resent you because you're able to provide. Tap in. Ooh-wee. God, make it make sense. These people feel trapped. These people feel, oftentimes when you are the one that breaks away from the spiritual warfare, when you break away from the generational curses, many people in your family will think, oh, you think you better than us. Okay. I mean, people think that about you anyway, collective, but it's another when you talk about like your family. Y'all come from the same family. Like, do they not know you got the same blood? Like, y'all was there when I was born. I come from the same family. But because they refuse to come out of their scarcity mindset, no matter how many cars they drive, no matter how many Gucci, Dior, Prada, Fendi, whatever the heck they got on, no matter how much they paying for an apartment to look expensive, to look like they have money, that scarcity mindset makes them spiritually bankrupt. Tap in. And when you see people who are spiritually bankrupt, there is no amount of money that can save them. Tap in. That's why this 10 of cups is in reverse. Spiritually bankrupt. And I see it and I feel it with the collective. Look, spiritually bankrupt. The Empress came out with the 8 of cups once again. They are looking at their own situations and still seeing that they are spiritually and morally bankrupt. And you know what else? They know they enter the realm of F around and find out because your family member is crashing out. Your entire family is crashing out. They now see the light. What is this light guiding off to, as a matter of fact? With the 7 of Pentacles, it is just a matter of time now before their entire scam is blown up. And let me tell you something, collective. I need you to come here. Tap in. Come here. Okay. When you open up your mouth to confront every last one of these demonic, infested humans that you talking to right now. That's right, I'm talking about your family, talking about my family, talking about everybody's family that's going through this. You are opening up the door to the full-blown war. Do not be scared, do not falter, do not waver. There actually might be no one else but you standing 10 toes down. You're going to have people yelling at you. You're going to have people trying to distract you. You're going to have people throwing out things that you have done in the past. Like I said in one of my previous videos, you wear your scars like valor. You wear your scars because that's a part of your story. So can't nobody shame you for what you went through. Can't nobody shame you for how you reacted when you just didn't know, you didn't have the tools. They were supposed to teach you the tools anyway. Tap in. I want you to understand these people are going to gaslight you. They're going to lie to you. They're going to try to manipulate the truth. They're going to do everything they possibly can to make it seem like you in the wrong for coming through and asking somebody to help you. I feel like that's another reason why they set it up that way, because you got grandmama or auntie or somebody coming to ask you through somebody else to tell you, to somebody else to say to you. Like, they set it up so that the story can be convoluted off rip, even though they all sat around the dinner table and conspired against you, collective. Tap in. Let me tell you something. One thing listen, when it comes to spiritual warfare, I plays no games. If you the enemy, you the enemy. Tap in. And these people in your family that put on a sad face, that cried these fake ass tears, had the nerve to sit in front of you and tell you that they are suffering and to ask you to open up your wallet. Money is a spiritual exchange. The debt must be paid regardless. And so when you work hard for your money that you pray for, that you save for, that you work for, where God gave you an opportunity to receive abundance and you took it and you ran with it and you did what you were supposed to do with your divine intervention. For them to come to you with this whole convoluted, concocted story only to tell you that you the enemy, oh no. Oh no. So understand, collective, that these people, your family, is going to try to make it seem like you are the full-blown problem. And you do not have to accept any of it. I don't care how you express yourself. Express yourself standing 10 toes down. Let them all know y'all some punk ass bitches. Tap in. And y'all can stay trapped in your own mind if you want to. Y'all can sit around here and fool all these people on the outside, but I know who all of you are. Y'all ain't nothing but some infested, some spiritually infested, rotting corpses, spiritually speaking. Tap in. And that's why all of y'all want to pay the spiritual debt, whether it be today, tomorrow, or the last breath you take. Because when you take advantage of one of God's children, that's when it becomes a full-blown problem. And you took money from a source that was divine. To do what? To do what? All of this is a bunch of manipulation. Who will be the ultimate manipulator? Ooh, wait. When I say the devil is in the midst of all of it, the magician and the devil, oh no. Oh no. When I tell you, and it's all about the money, who is this heifer looking at? She's looking up at who's covered up. the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. So let me break this down for you, collective. This might be a longer video than I thought. No, we're going to get into it though. Because with the Magician and the Devil, like I said, you know what? I really feel like a lot of these people are Luciferians that's covering up in the name of the Holy Spirit. Tap in. So whoever in your family claims to be the biggest religious person, religious, not spiritual, this is the one that's truly like the one pulling the strings with everybody, including the matriarchs that came to you to manipulate you into giving up this money. And so when I see the Devil and the Magician, this is nothing but somebody who covers themselves in the cloak of religion, but they are truly on the opposite end of that. When I say Luciferian, I mean these people are embodying the evilness to hurt you. Tap in. And I see the Nine of Pentacles looking up at the Nine of Wands. Let me tell you something right now. These people don't want you to see them for who they truly are. And that's why I said, nah, collective, when you decide to open up your mouth and go into this, it's all hell gonna break loose. I feel like that's this Nine of Pentacles. You like, where is my money? Or all hell gonna break loose. And you know what's crazy? Your family, your everybody family that's doing this right now, they would rather have all hell break loose before they even admit that they owe you this money. And that is the shame of it all. Tap into that. Judgment is coming. Tap in. Look, this is the end of an era for them. All lies will be exposed, in the words of Cat Williams. This is the time. So, collective, let me bring you back in. And if I have triggered you any point in time, I apologize. But let me bring it in for you, collective, because it's one thing when you are going into a situation, you're not really sure what's happening, and somebody brings in some spirits and you gotta deal with spiritual warfare. Somebody's attacking you, praying against you, sending, spells your way, you blocking it. It's one thing when you're dealing with that. It's another thing when you put all the pieces together and you see that your own bloodline has disrespected you in such a vile way that there is no other choice but to take out the proverbial spiritual sword and get to slaying the demons, because you know you walking into the fight. You know you walking into the lion's den. Who walked out of the lion's den? Was it the lion or was it the homie? Tap in. Who walked out? So just know that when you walk into this lion's den and you start laying all these people out who did you wrong, it's going to be the turn. It's going to be the turn of a new era for you, for them, and for anybody else who think they going to mess with the collective.com. They better ask somebody. What is it? What is this going to translate to for the collective? Now that we see that death is here, this is a transition. So let's see what is going to move. What is going to move along the way with this? What do I want to use, y'all? Here we go. What just fell out? What's a transition? Okay. Ooh, so we got land, terrain. Okay, so you're standing your ground with this. That's what that is. Ooh, boy, what came out? Hold on. What came out? Okay. You are going, listen, the word tooth came out. Tooth. I'm gonna tell you something about this. Whenever the tooth comes out, I always think like Why is this card coming out? And always have like these revelations after the fact. But I feel like when you are standing your ground and then the truth comes out, I feel like you're gonna feel a relief. Like some of the worst pain is dental pain. Okay, I know the women out here gonna say no, childbirth, but also dental. Okay, dental pain is the worst. There is nothing worse than a toothache. And I feel like with this situation, you are going to feel relief. Like an abscess was just removed from your mouth, that you no longer have to grit your teeth when you are around these people, that what you said is what you said. And it's going to stand in that. The impression has been made. The identification has been made. You know, and the death came. Whoa, spirit. Whoa, let's talk about it. Because listen, the fact that death, and then we had standing your ground, I actually feel like you buried all of this. You buried all of the lies. You exposed them. They died, and you buried them the way they need to be. And you did such a great job, or you will do such a great job of unpacking the deception with these fools, that the only way that they could ever come back from this is if they go down to the burial site and repent. How do you identify somebody when there are no remains left? Once you scalp them, once you pull their wig back and they don't have any more edges, how do you identify them? How do you historically identify someone who was just skin and bones? Through the teeth. I feel like with this, you have unearthed a whole archaeological, historical pyramid scheme. Tap in, and you have identified it down to the bone. Ooh, wait, look, death came out again. Whoa, this is it. This is the end. Not just death came out, but leading to bring to the end. When they say somebody is the black sheep of the family, they say that. I never thought that was like, I know you said like it's one of a kind because it's the black sheep, but at the end of the day, you ain't a part of the sheep. You are the herder. You are the one that owns the land. You are the one that understands that the land is sacred ground and that they are within your orbit. No, you can't help what bloodline you were born into, but gosh darn it, you can slay the demons as they come, and you can build your community away from this. But the fact that you have brought this situation to an end, you have exposed them now, not just from you, but to everyone else that had a problem with these particular people in your bloodline. Watch how many people come out of the cracks, out of the sky, open their doors to ask you to sit down and talk about your experience, because they had the same experience with the same people that you just had to lay out. It's done. It is done. It is over. Ooh wee! Listen. There is somebody here in this conversation that is a writer or a blogger. I feel like it's time to write this down. This is kind of like one of those things where when we talk about lineage and we talk about generational curses, how these people in your family are a representation of the raggedy ass ancestors that kept these types of spiritual conversations and behaviors going. Because see, that spirit had to be passed down to somebody. That spirit had to be passed down to multiple people. And they fester and they party and they sit comfortably in this negative demonic spirit. And the only way to ensure that this type of spirit is completely and forever broken down is that you have to write out the instructions on what not to do and what to do. This is your opportunity to build your legacy. This is the opportunity to build your memoirs, listen, write it down, deliver it. I also feel like there's a manuscript. Maybe some of you have already started writing, but I feel like this situation is worth writing about, collective. This is the transition. Even if you just do it in a diary. And maybe in your last will and testament, this part wanted to come out. What is it? Cause and effect. Boom. Maybe in your last will and testament, you have it published. But this situation, while it's going to be heavy because you're in it, it is worth writing down, writing out, collective. Tap in. Ooh-wee. What just landed on to lead and to bring? Past tense, I'm telling you, this is done. It's done. Past tense and the path. Feeling or disease or suffering. So this is the root word. So pathos, empathy, sympathy, psychopaths. Like you was just dealing with. So you are leading and in, making it past tense that these spirits tap in. These spirits shall not pass. Y'all think I'm playing? High will. High will. This is the will of the Most High. Sometimes you are sent in to do missions that you don't even know need to happen until you put into the situation. And I feel like this situation is divine intervention through your gifts, through your powers. This is a will that is done on earth as it is in what? That's what the transition is about. That's why this has to happen. That's why I kept saying, like, why I keep feeling like the family is feuding. The family is fighting. The family is fighting. Oh my goodness, collective. And they don't even understand. They don't even understand how powerful you are. That's another thing. They don't know how powerful you are. They don't know how deep in your spiritual practice you are. They don't recognize truly who you be. That's what DMX said. They don't know who you be. Nah, they don't know who you are. And it shows. Look, legacy. Their legacy is chaotic. That's why you had to come in and reverse that chaos. See, when you operate in nastiness like these people do, it forms this circle. Purpose. And keep your purpose. Keep your purpose, baby girl. Keep your purpose, baby boy. It forms this circle of fire. And in my last video, I said, high-level discernment is a part of being in chaotic moments like this. And when it comes to your purpose, a reason for which something is done or created or for which something exists, this is a part of your divine journey. And I'm telling you, collective, don't you ever be scared to stand 10 toes down in spiritual warfare. This is a moment of time that needs to be corrected and respected. it. They're going to put some respect on your name. It must happen. Or else you're not going to be the one. You're going to hold all that animosity. No, you're going to give them a piece of your mind, and whatever floats off of your tongue is what's going to be said. And they going to have to stand in their own shit. I don't care how much they flip and flail. I don't care how much they cry. I don't care how much noise they make. They got to stand in their own bullshit. And now they smelling it. That's why they got the sour face as you cussing them smooth out. And if they try, and I swear, as you walk into this, as you walk in the valley of the shadow of death, make sure you have a spray bottle. I'm talking about one of them cleaning spray bottles filled with your blessed holy water. Okay, put some essential oils in there. And as soon as one of your family members start to getting possessed and they start screaming, I spray you, I rebuke you, demon, tap in. Stop them dead in their tracks. They gonna be like, what the fuck? Well, you know what, you should have sprayed. I rebuke you. Try it again. Tap in. They gonna be like, oh, you doing magic, you doing witchcraft, spray, spray, spray. I spray you, demon. I rebuke you. In the name that all is all holy. What you talking about? You manipulated me. Y'all lied to me. And you talking about I'm doing magic? No, you doing dark magic. You here on behalf of the devil. You Luciferian. They gonna be like, wait a minute now. I'm telling you, collective, you gonna have to really let them know that you are not here to play and that you are here on assignment. See, that's how they be thinking that you not for real. But when you here on an assignment to stop what's the word I'm looking for? A dark bloodline energy from continuing to manifest, that is an assignment that only you can take on. And I know you're going to do it, collective. And when you're done, you make sure that you go deep into prayer. You go deep into your community. If that means you go to church, if you call your friend, if you take time away or you join a Zoom call, I don't care how you do it, collective. Make sure that you tap into your community, okay? Finding balance is also very important. And also understand how many people have gone through this cycle. Always remember how many people have gone through this cycle and they have left the world without ever resolving or calling an end to this. Not you. You true to this. And I love that for you, collective. Tap in. A few more words before I dip on out of here. If you don't mind. Tap in, collective. Woo wee, this was a lot. Oh my gosh, collective. Woo wee. Ooh, that one slipped out of my hand. Look, the Knight of Feathers, spiritual end, and the Queen of Wands, passion, creativity, action, and focus. And see, that's something when we talk about chaos, that is something that this is going to bring. Stay focused on the mission. Stay focused on your mission. Remember, it might seem like a lot. And they're going to try to overwhelm you when you are laying out, you are in the middle of a physical form of spiritual warfare. It's going to feel like so much heavy. You're going to want to run away. Let me tell you something, collective. Unless your life is literally in danger, unless somebody put their hands on you, I wouldn't even be mad if you walked in there with your phone already recording. I don't care if you walked in there with a whole GoPro on your head. If you got one of them joints that just hang around your neck and your phone is recorded, I don't care if you get the glasses, the Facebook glasses that record. I don't care how you do it. You might need to document this and replay it back for your children, for your family, for your little cousins. See, this is what a demon looks like when they pop out. Okay? put it documented, okay? Making it to a Blair Witch Project situation. Oh man, Ace of Pentacles. This Ace of Pentacles keep coming out. Manifestation and prosperity, and that's what they don't want. What's at the bottom? Two of Pentacles. So again, another elevation. Let me tell you something. God won't give you this money back 1,000 times fold. God is gonna give you back this money 1,000 times fold. Don't even worry about it. I know that there was a lot of skin off of your hands to give up that type of money, but the lesson in that was you get to see what you are truly spiritually made of, and you deaded a whole trash ass lineage spirit that was festering within your bloodline. Tap in. Don't you even worry about it. That money gonna come back and you're gonna be just fine. Just fine. Splitting the deck here. What we got? The Three of Pentacles. 1, 2, 3. Woo wee. Oh my gosh. Ooh, productivity. There's a lot of I said community. Collaboration afterwards. You're going to need it. And then what's at the bottom? The King of Pentacles. Didn't I say it's going to be replenished times 1,000? Everything. And it talks about courage and commitment. I love this for you, collective. Let's take a deep breath in. And out. Cause and effect. Every action has a corresponding reaction, and nothing happens by chance or coincidence. Now, I didn't tell you this during the conversation, but before I started this, I pulled the Nine of Cups. And I feel like the Nine of Cups is very important for you at the end of this message, because it talks about an emotional detachment from this type of spiritual situation or spiritual warfare situation where you had to give so much. When you are in the midst of a battle such as this, especially with your bloodline, there are things at stake that maybe you don't even think about, or that you don't give much energy to because you're preparing for a battle, right? The Nine of Cups gives us this understanding that we can be good where we are and recognize wrongdoing and step in to correct it when necessary. This Nine of Cups talks about being solidified and content and on the brink of a new level. And oftentimes we think it's like this new level of just pure happiness and contentment, and it is. But sometimes to get to that Ten of Cups level, there's a barrier there. And we often don't know where the barrier is coming from, what we have to do. It almost feels like an incompleteness. Oftentimes that Ten of Cups energy, to cross over that threshold, is one of the biggest battles in your life. And you're going to deal with it. You have to. Because it's in your spirit too. It's in your soul too. And the more you ignore it, the more it's going to fester, the more you're going to despise yourself for not handling it when you should have. Tap in. This Nine of Cups is saying, welcome the threshold. Welcome the pressure. Welcome the battle. Ain't no need to be scared. Ain't no need to shy away. Welcome the battle. We are here for you. Tap in, collective. By the way, just in case you forgot, my name is Cass Young, Crown. I'm here to remind you to walk in your crown, because when you wear the crown, there are times where you have to go directly in the middle of the battlefield for warfare, even when it's against your own bloodline, who essentially started it because they chose you to mess with. I'm here to inspire you, to motivate you, to recognize your power, not the power in somebody else, the power within you. Recognize your gifts that has been given to you through the power of God. I love you guys so much. If you really like this message, share it with somebody who needs to hear it. This message travels through the power of you. And I am so thankful I get to share it with you. You guys are bomb.com. And with that, let's detach from this conversation, prepare for the next level, and I will see you there. Team you.